Welcome to Village Church Connections. I'm David Pavey, an assistant pastor. As we grow older and lose our youthful luster, it's good to remember, as the Bible teaches, that while man looks at the outward appearance, God sees our hearts, and He can make our lives beautiful and useful for the blessing of others. An old musical instrument may look dusty and out of tune, but in the right hands it can still play magnificent music. In the same way, our God can make something beautiful and useful out of our lives. You may remember the song made famous by the Gaither Trio, "He Made Something Beautiful of My Life." This thought first impacted me when I heard it as a child in Sunday school, thanks to a poem written in 1921 by Myra Brooks Welch. Myra, who was handicapped, once heard a speaker address a group of students on the power of God to touch people's lives. She was so impacted that she went home and wrote a poem, finishing it in just 30 minutes. Let me recite it for you now, in the hopes it will encourage you today. The touch of the Master's hand. 'Twas battered and scarred, and the auctioneer thought it scarcely worth his while to waste much time on the old violin, but he held it up with a smile. "What am I bidding, good folks?" he cried. "Who'll start the bidding for me? $1, $1. Now who'll make it $2? Who'll make it $3? $3 once, $3 twice, going for $3, but no." From the room far back, a gray-haired man came forward and picked up the bow. Then, wiping the dust from the old violin and tightening up the strings, he played a melody pure and sweet as an angel sings. The music ceased, and the auctioneer, with a voice that was quiet and low, said, "What am I bidding for the old violin?" And he held it up with the bow. $1,000, and who'll make it $2? $2,000, and who'll make it $3? $3,000 once, $3,000 twice, and going and gone, said he. The people cheered, but some of them cried, "We do not quite understand what changed its worth." The man replied, "The touch of the Master's hand." And many a man with life out of tune, and battered and torn with sin, is auctioned cheap to a thoughtless crowd, much like the old violin. A mess of pottage, a glass of wine, a game, and he travels on. He's going once, and going twice. He's going, and almost gone, but the Master comes, and the foolish crowd never can quite understand the worth of a soul and the change that's wrought by the touch of the Master's hand. And thank you for tuning in to Village Church Connections.